Hello everyone, my name is Random1785 and welcome to the speedrun video. So in this video I'm going to be going over runs that I did in my 1785 runs challenge, which is a Minecraft speedrunning challenge. If you want more details on what that is, check the description below as I've kind of made a text wall about it. But in this video, we're going to be doing highlights of the runs. If you want to see the runs for yourself, first of all, don't, because they're kind of boring. They're kind of the same thing over and over again, and there's a lot of parts of the run where I'm just running around. As you can see in the background here, it's just running around. But if you want to check out the runs for themselves, they're on my second channel, link in the description. And I'm going to be doing over highlights of the runs, so basically like anything interesting, anything fun that happened during these runs, they're going to be featured in these videos. I basically found this fortress with some blaze spawners, and with some very professional gameplay, I was able to take down all these blazes without taking a ton of damage. As you can see, I'm using an axe and a sword, so the axe is for my first critical hit, and then my sword is for my second critical hit, which will kill a blaze. If I do 2 crits with the sword, it won't kill the blaze, but a crit with an axe and a sword will kill the blaze. Also note that
Oh, it did drain.
when I use the sword crits faster than the axe crit, so it's a slight time save, but it's just fun to pull off. This fort was extremely annoying because of all the lava. As you can see, the first spawner I had lava, which I blocked off like somewhere. The second spawner also has a giant lava stream next to it, so this entire fort was just lava. And as you can see, the blazers just kept spawning and going behind me and stuff, and I very expertly killed them with my axe and sword. I then made my way over to a bastion. On this run, I went to a bridge bastion and murdered some goblins, getting myself some food, which was very, very convenient.
This dude's right there.
Bridge bastions are very consistent bastions. There's 4 main types of bastions. My favorite is bridge because it's just really easy.
Both of them are crossbow.
Unfortunately, this bridge was a bit weird because there was this terrain here which allowed the piglins to walk out of the bastion. Generally, I want a lot of piglins in a hole to trade for pearls because, I mean, you want a lot of pigs so they trade faster, right?
Some more
so I see over here the fact that there's like 20 different piglins, and there's a triple chest right there with even more piglins. I decided to start a bastion route like right here.
Wait a minute.
Because
this
this way I can get all the pigs down here and the pigs up there. So I quickly take a hole down, mine a gold block, and start throwing gold in here. And sure enough, all the piglins start running over here.
Right?
Not really, because there's a zombie piglin, and there's even more piglins around here. So I do a very unconventional route. If you look at top runners and like professional speedrunners, they don't do this in the runs because it's generally less good compared to like other routes, but because of this weird terrain, this is necessary, which I think is pretty cool.
Dude, this.
And there's all that piglins just bully me, which is kind of sad.
So bad.
Here I realize I haven't set up my obsidian, so I go ahead and do that. And I think the dragon's not perching, but look behind it actually is perching. And here there's a thing you need to know about one cycles, which is that if you look at the dragon here, it spins this way, right? You want to be on the side the dragon head spins. So here I don't have my beds and my hotbar, so I need to go get them. I get them on my hotbar, and then the dragon head suddenly turns direction. Now this is extremely rare. I've seen it happen a few times, but generally like 99% of the time this doesn't happen. And unfortunately, because of this rare thing, and some really bad gameplay from me, I failed the one cycle. And this is generally not what a typical one cycle of mine looks like. I'm generally not this bad. But yeah, I failed the one cycle, and yeah, that was great.
Cool.
Luckily, I had a bow and stuff, so I shot down the last 2 pillars left in the end, and then I started shooting lone arrows at the dragon. And here eventually I think it perches, and I'm just able to finish it. Quickly shoot some arrows at it. Then I decided not to because there's a weird glitch involving arrows and the dragon, where if you shoot it a few times, there's a famous Illumina clip of this, where if you shoot the dragon a few times with arrows, its hitbox might be slightly lower than intended, meaning that while you're in the fountain here, it might be able to hit you with the head and fling you up in the air or just kill you. So I don't shoot it to avoid that, and box myself off and finish the run. Anyways, I had the funniest cave fight. So I see a skeleton over here and a zombie, burning zombie by the way, behind me. I crit a few times.
What did I do to you?
Force decides to not take knockback and hit me
What did I
once,
do to
which
you
is kind
all?
of unfortunate. Kill the zombie, but there's a skeleton here, which is really not good. So I quickly put a crafting table down to separate myself from the skeleton and start making a wooden pickaxe. The skeleton was stuck behind a stone block and now no longer is. And I quickly craft myself a stone pickaxe. And there's a weird glitch slash exploit with skeletons, which is if you dig a 2-block hole and the skeleton walks into your hole, it's unable to shoot you. Look here. Skeleton walks into my hole and it shoots, right? And it just completely misses me. That's because the skeleton in the hole is actually unable to hit you for some weird reason. Good great Minecraft game logic. It's just unable to hit you. Anyways, a really funny thing about this run is that I tried to find some caves in the overworld that would like give me iron, but none of the caves, and repeat, literally none of the caves around me had any iron on it, which was really stupid. Yeah, none of these caves just had iron or anything, and I basically ended up trying to find a cave that had iron for about like 20 hours. In fact, when I eventually found enough iron, it was already 8 minutes and 28 seconds, and I finally got the rest of the iron I needed, which was 6 iron ingots. Really hilarious. And there were some sheep here. I decided to kill for food, I guess. Anyways, later in the run,
where do I brawl to?
I got to this. I was trying to travel to a bastion.
You can definitely just pearl across this,
and
there's no way
I didn't want to bridge this gap, so I decided to pearl.
Okay.
Which is really risky. When you pearl in nether, if your pearl lands in lava, you're pretty much just dead. Because you don't have water to place on yourself or anything. But I threw a pearl into an area that I knew had the lowest chance of lava lake. And sure enough, the pearl landed and I saved a ton of time that would have been spent bridging. Anyways, a fun thing I do in my speedruns is what is it? Q47N. Okay, anyways, fun thing I can do in my speedruns is use this. Which basically allows a stronghold calculator that calculates what a stronghold is, and allows me to build another portal inside the stronghold, which is really, really cool.
Okay.
First I find the portal room, which is this way.
So you should do this while you're
and I make my way that way.
That's too
This
high though. I'm gonna stick by decision.
Stronghold was very scuffed.
I don't know, I didn't see anything else.
Because this water's
ugly.
Managed to place itself in a way that it basically spread over everything, which was really funny. Anyways, the ending of this run was actually hilarious. So this is way too long. So
I don't know, I didn't see anything else.
The portal room, I got this run in 27 minutes, right? The portal room ended up being through this hidden pathway up here. It was pretty easy to spot. Fortunately, I never went there because it was really deep. Never went this way. But I ended up frolicking around the stronghold forever, and by the time I found the portal room,
that's a dead end. Oh.
It was 36 minutes. A 9-minute stronghold nap, completely terrible. And yeah, it was just an easy stronghold as well. So stupid. Even better, the dragon took a full 5 minutes to perch. Like, what the hell, man?
I missed the perch, yep.
And I almost missed it, the perch, but luckily for this great pearl, and these 2 amazing respawn anchors, I clutch it up. And with some very horrible beds, might I add, I finished off the dragon. And yeah, that was great. Good job, me. Anyways, run 248 was really, really hilarious. So I started running this way because I'm going to the fortress, which is this way. And come over here and see 4 skeletons.
Oh wow, the guards, bro. Oh, there's a hole in the room.
And then 3 more piglins. And then
what a warm welcome, guys.
And then more piglins. Oh
fuck.
Duh. And how many piglins are there? There's like 5 piglins. There's 4 skeletons. And like
Holy crap.
7 piglins.
So many piglins.
And I almost died there.
With here. Holy shit.
Go. They keep attacking me.
Go.
He keeps shooting me. Can't see me. Oh gosh. The skeleton is attacking me. The piglins are coming in. I stack up out of there. Go. And I'm out. That was intense. I almost died. To like, we're fine. The mosh pit of mobs, but survived, so that's cool. Will we get blocks or not? The funniest thing happened. So I need blocks because I just used all my cobblestone in that fight. So I usually place a bed in a wall and blow it up, right? It usually gives me blocks. Put it in here. And what happens is this is like the maximum blocks. Okay. Yeah, what? What the fuck? What? Dude, that is the most average. That is so average. And I'm trying to find, I think, iron or something. Dude, no, I don't need this. Great. Frick you. I'm trying to find an iron for a shield. I want a piece of iron, not 3 diamonds. And I get 3 diamonds instead, which is perfect. But yeah, that was the funniest way to find a fortress. Just blow up a random bed, exposes a random block of the fortress. I didn't know the fortress was this far. Yeah, that's pretty great. Anyways, while I was at the blaze spawner, I guess, I tried E-raying for a bastion. E-ray is basically a strategy to try and find a bastion using entity counter, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And I didn't find anything, so I decided, you know what, let's just run in a random direction. And, you know, I've already been really lucky this run. Maybe something cool will happen. Anyways, after running a bit in one direction, also great leg spike, by the way. Incredible leg spike, 2,395 MS. Basically means your PC's dead. But look at that. We have a bastion, right? So if we add M and C, which is despawnable entities, and compared to how many entities we have, bastion entities cannot despawn. So these are the despawnable entities. We know that we have 144 despawnable entities. So we have 41, right? Maybe 41 non-despawnable entities, meaning there is a bastion within my render distance, which is incredible. And I didn't E-ray anything. I just ran off in a random direction, and I'm on 16 render here, and bam! Would you look at that? There's a bastion. So incredible. You know, this run we had the random fortress find, the random bastion find. It's the best run. Anyways, on this run, I noticed that the dragon was east-west perching. It's east-west. This is an east-west perch approach. Is it still east-westing? Okay. Well, so I quickly pearl down. I think it's east-westing. And it is east-westing. I thought about how to do the recovery setup for east-west, and I got it down. Did I craft my beds? I didn't craft my beds. What? So I see the dragon east-west perch. I have 5 beds, and it's on the wrong side, unfortunately. So I have to cycle it backwards. I also have 1 respawn anchor in my inventory, which I quickly get ready. I'm not gonna hit this. And I try my best here, but unfortunately, I placed the bed on the fire. Oh my gosh. So yeah, if you see here, I placed the bed on the fire somehow, and I fail it. So this strat right here I saw a while ago. It's actually a really horrible strategy, because dragon head will eat the bed like 90% of the time in this setup. It's actually really bad. I didn't notice that back then. But yeah, this setup's horrible. You should not use this setup. But yeah, I failed the thing, and now I have 4 beds left, which is a slight issue, and I've messed up my 1 cycle thing, so it's gonna be really hard to complete the game now. Luckily for me, I do some aggressive pearling and break the last 2 crystals. Never mind, there's another crystal. And I only have one 4-bed, guys. Pork chop? No, I still have the 4-bed. But I decided to try to go for the 4-bed here, and sure enough, it perches. So I pearl into an enderman, and then decided to give up because I put my first bed does nothing, second bed does a bit, third bed does a tiny bit, and fourth bed does not do enough. And I just need to finish the dragon. I'm pretty sure it's unfinishable because how much health is that? It might be finishable. I have no idea. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's finishable. 4. There we go. I finished the dragon with the 4-bed axe. And there you go. Watch the run. And then I realized I had a sword. What an idiot. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful.
Otherwise, I had that
I'm
much
going to
else
skip a few runs and talk about run 251 because it was an absolute hilarious run. So first of all, there was this weird temple that spawned on the very edge of the desert. I don't think there's a desert here. Is this the desert? Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That is a desert, guys. I have confirmed. That is a desert. Dude, how do I enter this thing? So the desert apparently is that one chunk over there on the right. Which is pretty funny.
Desert temple, bro.
As I make my way down into the good old temple and loot it. Because that's what you do when you're in a temple. You loot
Almost
it.
step on the pressure plate, kind of.
Anyways, here in the run, I do a big oopsie that sometimes something I've realized now is really effective, which is that I try to kill these animals, these pigs and sheep, behind me for food. And it's already been 6 minutes 47 seconds to the run, which is my average nether entry time right now. So the mistake here is that you want to go for salmon in the river, okay? So it sounds pretty slow at first, but what you can do is you can kill like 12 salmon in like about like 30 seconds and then just smelt this fish over the course of your run. Like, for example, here I could smelt the fish, which would take like 2 minutes. I could like get some logs and like hunger reset and like, I don't know, organize my inventory or something like that, right? So what I should have done here is I could get salmon. Also, in addition, I can smelt like 5 salmon temporarily to start digging down. While I'm making my portal, I can smelt 3 more. While I'm E-raying, I can smelt like 2 more, like etc. Like you can task overlap it. I don't do that here, and I am trying to kill mobs, which takes so much time up because it's just a waste of time. I go and get bones, which you see are in the corner. I don't want to pick up all the garbage. I end up picking it up anyways, and the bones are still in the middle of nowhere, so I just give up and accept it. That I'll pick everything up. Yeah, I pick up a ton of trash, but the bones are useful because I can make white dye. And what I can do is I can get some sheep, so I couldn't make a bed as I only had 2 wool. So I quickly dyed this guy white.
You're now white.
And then murder. Very, very simple stuff. And just like that, I still have no food, but I can hunger reset now. So that's really cool. So I use my chunk strat, which is a great way to find the exact chunk of a spawner. And I figured out that it's a line at chunk 3.
God, I'm dumb. Negative.
Unfortunately, I made a slight mistake here.
Okay, so it's somewhere around negative 7,
I'm not too sure what the mistake was, unfortunately.
Okay.
But there was a mistake. And I ended up wasting a bunch of time digging in the wall trying to find my spawner.
Okay.
I think I made a math mistake or something weird. But it just wasted a ton of my time.
5.
I basically ended up strip mining through the wall like this, multiple times, at different Y levels, trying to find the spawner. It's not good when I know there's a range of chunks. It's only good if you know one exact chunk, and I tried to go off the range of chunks here, and that didn't go very well. And in the end, it actually wasn't that hard to find. If you went, so this is the ravine behind me. I don't know if I'll show it. But the ravine here is, I dug into the wall about here. And just around the corner, if you go around the corner here, the fortress is just around the corner. It was really easy to find. And I could have just went for the conventional find terrain and get to the fortress normally. Because fortresses will expand. Because they're not small, like bastions.
Yeah.
Instead, I relied on my chunk strat way too much, and I ended up wasting a ton of time because of it. So that's a bit unfortunate. Also, this is a very scuffed pillar, except block while the player shoots me.
Dude, the magma cube's killing the blaze shots. It's hilarious.
The magma cube just carried me because it just blocked all the blaze shots.
Watch.
Look at this. And then it jumps off. Unfortunately, also make a mistake while traveling to my E-ray. So basically, how do I explain? So I E-rayed a bastion, and while I'm trying to travel in the direction of the bastion, yikes. While I'm traveling in the direction of the bastion, I go for open terrain instead of walls.
I don't know.
And I ended up keeping the angle really horribly. So I ended up finding a fortress instead of a bastion.
Dude, I'm gonna die this run.
And I just went the wrong way. Like terrain-wise, like there was no good terrain to where I wanted to go.
Literal air.
And I just picked the wrong terrain. But I use the fortress here pretty well. I know for a fact that fortresses are basically like a free corridor that you don't have to worry about terrain, right? See, like here, I can go through this corridor to get where I want because it's a fortress, right? The fortress paths are like really clean. There's nothing really on them. You can see it's like a bridge over the lava lake. You can go through a wall. It's just good stuff.
Where the hell?
But I just completely. I finally found a bastion, by the way, because well, I mean, you can't not find a bastion. It's 42 minutes into the run, which is hilarious.
What?
My coordinates are negative 7,711. That is basically 1,000 blocks in the nether. I traveled 1,000 blocks in the nether to find a bastion because I just kept going the wrong way. It was hilarious. And also, if that wasn't enough, if I haven't traveled enough, I made a video on this. I think it was the eye goes in a different direction. So the way that this can happen is that if you blind in between two strongholds, right? So say like if I'm standing on this block, the nearest stronghold is this way, 2,000 blocks, and there's another stronghold to the right, 2,003 blocks, right? Now if I move 3 blocks to the right, the stronghold 2,000 blocks away will be closer than the stronghold 2,003 blocks away. And my eyes, one eye will point this way, the other eye will point that way. Now this is extremely rare because you basically have to find the area in between two strongholds, exactly in between two strongholds, which is pretty difficult. But I somehow found it because I'm so good. Yeah. And, I traveled 1,000 blocks in the nether to find a bastion, and I just blind in between two strongholds. Perfection. Luckily for me, the run gets better from here. I have to travel to the stronghold, which is this way, and make another portal where it tells me to go. As you can see, those coordinates right there. If I make a portal there, I will spawn inside the stronghold. Or, well, I have like a 95% chance of spawning in the stronghold. Oh, well. But I get extremely lucky here with terrain. There's no walls, and it's very open. As you can see here, I just throw a few pearls, and just like that, I'm 81 blocks away. To go at the angle of 105, which I'm looking at right now. I throw another pearl right over there, and I'm basically there. If you look at there, I'm 16 blocks away, and it's to my right-ish. It's just right down there. I basically have made it to the stronghold. Like, that was fast. That was 250 blocks in the nether, and if you're unlucky, that 250 blocks can literally be through a wall. Digging 250 blocks in a wall is very painful. But I got super lucky here with the terrain, and well, yeah, look at that. And I also hit this amazing shot. This is my second attempt, but still impressive. Oh, the shot. Yeah. No way, dude. And just like that, I got a 15-minute run. Ha ha ha, really funny. That was impressive. But yeah, that's great. Funny, very funny run with lots of misplays. Overworld was played horribly. Nether was played horribly. The end game was played really well though. And, that's cool. And here, I think I do... Okay, I don't have damage to that. Could have TNT killed, but unfortunately I decided to blow up my TNT because I don't know what else to do. Anyways, I was chilling in the stronghold, just minding my own business, when suddenly out of nowhere, a bunch of mobs attacked. I don't know. So let's get bored of it. I ended up going down this hallway trying to find the portal room for realizing I can't find it, and then going back into the general hallway here, where there were a lot of skeletons. And I went out, and I took a lot of damage, and then went through this door. Fortunately for me, there were 2 zombies right here, and normally 2 zombies would be lethal, but I'm just too cracked at the game, and I managed to flawless both zombies while they were just in my face. A lot of micro players would not have been able to do that. Finally, I killed the Ender Dragon using a piece of TNT because I don't know, it seemed fun, so I killed it with TNT, and boom. That's cool. That is mean, dude. Is that me, or did that one just go right through the gas? Just cleanly through the gas. Anyways, next run, I ran onto the bastion, which you can see over there. That's the bastion, and then we have a fortress right over there. So it's a pretty cool looking bastion. It's right there. I ended up hanging a pearl over to the fortress because I felt like it. And when I released it, when I released the pearl hang, it spawned me like right in the face of 4 blazes, which I think was very, very strange. But that was a very clean pearl hang. Very, very adorable.
Will we hit the blind?
I also only had 12 obsidian this run, unfortunately, because my piglin trades were pretty subpar. But luckily for me, I got a 524 block blind, which isn't really close.
Wait, was it?
But for me, anything below like 500 is like extremely good because my luck is garbage. Like every single blind I get is usually 2k.
I forgot.
So this is insanely good for me.
Right, dude.
I have a very average dungeon at my starter, which the dungeon literally got overwritten by this whatever by starter, and I had a very good stronghold nav, which lasted about like 10 seconds because the portal room was right here. That was pretty cool. And I am entering the end at around 23 minutes. 23:04, and I tried to hit a 0 cycle. It's on the smallest tower, which is generally a pretty easy tower to hit.
I'm just not gonna
but I end up messing my pearl and then giving up. Because I'm just scared I'm not going to hit it. It's a pretty precise tower. It's not a lot of improvement you can make. Like you could throw a good pearl to save time on that one. You can't really do much because you have to tower a lot.
Oh gosh.
I end up getting breath near the fountain, which is not good. Actually, no. The breath goes straight into the fountain, and the dragon ends up perching just a few seconds late of sub 25. If I would have hit the 0, which would have been too hard, I could have maybe sub 25 the seed, but oh well. We end up throwing the 0 seed and throwing the sub 25. We still get a really nice time of 25-12, I assume. And yeah, let's run. Anyways, on this run, I had no flint and steel, so I tried to woodlight, which basically means I try to make fire and get the wood to burn the, or get the fire to burn the wood, not the wood to burn the fire, and try to light my nether portal. This fails miserably. I end up burning down half the forest, and none of the wood near the portal has caught on fire, which is extremely infuriating.
I don't get it.
And I eventually leave the whole thing and try to go find gravel in here.
Maybe.
And by the time I found gravel, it got it first try, instantly booked it back to my original portal. When I go back, half the forest was on fire, but luckily for me, the portal actually lit.
Dude, what?
Or never mind, JK, it didn't. It didn't light.
This is so weird.
It did not light.
What?
Yeah, that was pretty great. That was amazing.
That's good.
Whoa. Okay. Jeez. Chill. I actually got another blind a short while later, which was this 383 block blind, which I think is really cool. So yeah, that was kind of nice. The next run was basically the most favorite run I have of the entire challenge. That's how good this run is. But generally this run is really cool. So I had basically every single structure in the game. I had this shipwreck, I had a rune portal over there, and I think I had a monument somewhere else.
Dude, imagine there actually is a buried treasure in this island. I go to this ship,
So this one was really cool. I made a whole video on it because it's just that cool. Like the whole run is just insanely cool. But you just can watch the video. I don't want to summarize the whole run again, but it's actually such a really funny run. And yeah, you definitely need to go see this.
Like never.
I found this really funny chest. This knows what in the emerald? What in the emerald? I end up using my emeralds to buy bread because I mean,
stack of bread. Speedrun.
Why not? I mean, what do I do with 14 emeralds? I could buy armor, but that's kind of useless. So I just bought bread with it because that's kind of what people do usually.
Stock.
Anyways, this golem was just stuck in the tree, so I just crit him out. That was the funniest thing ever. Yeah, good job, golem.
This is the weirdest golem kill.
Anyways, I didn't have a flint and steel, but right next to where I decided to build my nether portal, a random patch of gravel decided to spawn. So I was able to easily make myself a flint and steel and just enter the nether just like that. Except I wanted lava, so I ended up wasting like 10 seconds trying to get it. And I entered with like 62 bread. Holy crap. You know, average 14 emerald village. On run 261, I tried to loot this ocean monument. But unfortunately for me, the mining fatigue kicked in very quickly. And I was unsuccessfully able to loot it. So I left, and I had to hunger reset and come back. Really, dude.
Anyways, I was
joke.
chilling around in this mega ravine.
This is also 2 diamonds. This is gonna be really annoying.
When all of a sudden,
why does this run so bad? Why does this run so bad? Dude, this run is so mean. Oh my goodness. Was I that close? Just a confirmation of me getting bullied by another guardian.
I get donged again for the second time this run.
Seriously?
So my mega ravine was actually really close to the
Yeah,
monument,
right.
and I didn't realize it. So that was an unlucky throw.
Okay.
So I'm having to
so what do
hunger
I do
reset
now? I can, like,
again. I have to kill myself
die
again. To get
Find the
rid of my
spiders.
money fatigue, because I can't enter the nether at all, which is just really bad. I end up in a very weird position here, where I have 3 skeletons in the hole, but none of them can actually attack me because of a weird glitch with skeletons. If you're in the same hole as the skeleton will not actually touch you, which I think is really strange. My inventory is the worst BS I've ever seen in my entire life. Holy crap. But on my bench, I just basically got some food, and now I'm entering the nether at 14 minutes, which is complete garbage. And I'm just failing into a magma ravine and just gonna finish the run like normal. And
Dude, the stuff indicating the magma desert temple.
Anyways, this run was very, very strange. I did desert temple on one
not
side,
Why do I see? I saw
and
a
then
freaking shipwreck there.
I
Well,
saw
I'll go to the shipwreck side.
the mast of a shipwreck. If you look closely there,
There's a freaking
you'll see a
floating
load in.
shipwreck I saw. That's so average.
This is a shipwreck. It's floating above the trees. I wouldn't have seen it from here, but the mast is sticking out of the ground, so you can see it. This little pillager outpost. It's like an AA seed, basically. But yeah, I just saw this random shipwreck and I went to it. It's very, very weird shipwreck generation.
22. So
Anyways, in this run, I had a very, very fun moment using my new chunk strat, or not really new, my own developed strategy to find the exact chunk of a spawner. Helps a lot. Nice block clutch, bozo. This helps a lot in this run because I'm making my way to the correct chunk, 21 neg 22. Which I don't know what's happening now that I'm just getting up everything.
No.
I make it to 21-22, and I dig up because I know the spawner is in this chunk. And sure enough, I hit the fortress, and when I dig up,
Wonderful.
it is
All hail my
the
strategy.
spawner. Look at that. This is such a good strategy. It's really cool. Run 263 had a very, very questionable end fight. It started off pretty normal with the dragon just perching and me getting ready for it. I end up blowing out some beds. It looks pretty normal, right? But the bed ends up breaking here, which is really unfortunate. And I decide here to try to breeze spawn anchor it. It didn't work, unfortunately. So the dragon's left on basically no health, and I still have one bed here, as you can possibly
there's only
tell.
3 crystals alive, I believe.
But there's still a few
These
crystals
two-
left.
keep
I
staying
can basically blow these up, and the dragon will be dead. So I go ahead and do that. So I end up just starting to bow the dragon down, because it isn't perching. And it doesn't perch still, so I keep bowing it down. I don't know, I had a lot of arrows, I'm pretty sure. So just kept shooting arrows at it.
Circle.
Getting its health down.
Arrows. Can I kill it
Finally a purchase. I kind of wanted to kill it with arrows only, and I do end up doing that here because with that shot, I kill the dragon with arrows instead of the normal beds, and I do a lovely explosive on death and get a sub 28. Very, very good run.
I bowed it to death.
Anyways, I had a double bad staples, which is the worst possible bash in the game. I only got 7 gold out of the chests. I decided to trade with these 4 piglins, and it was very funny. I'm too smart. Yeah, I just got 14 pearls from 4 gold. Oh.
What? Huh? I'm cheating. I'm Dream, dude. What the? Okay, it's not back that way, is it? It might be actually back that way. It might be back that way.
Yeah, I pulled a 20 pearls from. Oh god.
Can you actually get here?
I pulled a 20 pearls from 7 gold,
not,
which is the most average stuff I've seen ever. Very, very good stuff.
And finally, I will end off the run with this very cool shot. Wait, did I actually hit? I think I actually hit. Oh my goodness. Wait, that hit. I think that hit. Let's shoot at the game. Fireball me. Come on. I dare you. Thank you. Okay, now it's gonna go, right? Yeah. And just like that, thank you so much for watching the video.
Dude,
Hope
just
you enjoyed,
go. Oh
and
my.
I will see you in the next 1785 runs video. I'm gonna do a different recording style. It's the last style where I commentate over these clips. Next video, I'm just gonna let the clips roll and see how it goes. Goodbye.